afternoon. Right. So in the previous class, we came up to B1, thiamine. In this class, we'll continue from B2, which is riboflavin. Try to cover more vitamins in this class. It's not exactly a very complicated topic. It's just a lot of memorization. That's it. Now, riboflavin or vitamin B2 essentially has the functions of acting as a coenzyme. Mainly, flavin is present as a coenzyme that will end up making FAD and FMN. ठीक है. फ्लैविन एडेनाइन डाइन्यूक्लियोटाइड एंड फ्लैमिन मोनोन्यूक्लियोटाइड ये दो कंपाउंड्स रहते हैं जिसके अंदर riboflavin will work as a cofactor. Very these two are very important for various metabolic pathways. They will take part in metabolic reactions and in metabolism of several uh, substances. Carbohydrate, lipid, protein, purine metabolism में पूरों में काम आता है ये. Even electron transport chain. Now, good sources of vitamin B12 will include liver, dried yeast, egg powder, whole milk powder. You can also find decent amounts in eggs and milk directly. You will find it in fish, whole cereals. You can find it in legumes, pulses, dals, essentially, oil seeds, nuts, green leafy vegetables. All of them are decent sources of riboflavin, and because of that, generally, deficiency of riboflavin is very rare. ठीक है. Deficiency होना बहुत uncommon है because there are so many things that riboflavin is present in. It is very rare to find any deficiency of riboflavin altogether. Now, if we talk about the daily requirements of riboflavin, show you one image. One second. ये देखो, these this is the daily requirement for men to women and pregnant and lactating women as well as children. How much do they require in a day of riboflavin? Now, in case of deficiency symptoms generally are seen only when let us suppose their body is not able to absorb riboflavin properly, so malabsorption, malnutrition, or yeah, anorexia, they're not eating enough, the person is not eating enough, or chronic alcoholism, alcohol consumption, especially excessive alcohol consumption for a long period of time leads to interfering with absorption of this thing, riboflavin. And generally, the patient will have some sort of associated protein energy malnutrition, like kwashiorkor, or they might be like properly alcoholic. That is when you see deficiency of riboflavin. It is generally very uncommon, especially because riboflavin is produced by your intestinal flora. So until and unless your intestinal flora are getting damaged directly, intestinal flora, as in the bacteria that are present inside your intestines, until and unless they are getting damaged, generally you will not see any vitamin B2 deficiency, riboflavin deficiency. If it does occur, the symptoms that occur with this are essentially glossitis. Glossitis is inflammation of the tongue. Tongue will swell. It might become purplish. Tongue will become magenta in color. Magenta tongue. ठीक है. Magenta colored tongue essentially. Let me put it this way. Colored tongue. All right. The patients might have angular stomatitis as well. Angular. So angular stomatitis is essentially, stomatitis means inflammation of your mouth. Angular stomatitis means the corners of your mouth will become inflamed. Okay. So all of this will occur in patients who have riboflavin deficiency. आप उसको simply by giving this particular increasing the dietary intake से ही ठीक कर दे सकते. As such, it should not occur. If it is occurring, correct the condition, such as if it is malnutrition, malabsorption, या chronic alcoholism. Uh, Stop the patient from taking alcohol and put them back on normal dietary sources. That should be enough. Don't need to give external drugs as such. Then there is vitamin B3, which is niacin. नियासिन को निकोटिनिक एसिड भी बोलते हैं. Now, good sources for niacin, especially rich sources, will include rice polishing, especially peanuts, peanut flour, whole cereals, legumes, meat, liver, fish, dried yeast as well. You can find it a little bit in milk and eggs, but not very rich. Rich sources will mainly be your liver, unpolished rice, and peanuts. Good sources of this thing. Now coming to the daily requirement of this thing. One second. Niacin का daily requirement. Yeah. ठीक है. Depending on the stage of life, you will have different requirements of niacin. Generally, it is the highest in men. Women will have 13 mg per day. This is per day, okay. Um, Pregnant and lactating women slightly more. Even in children, they will require slightly higher amounts of niacin. Now, what is the function of niacin? It is very, very important for normal growth. Without niacin, growth will not occur properly because a lot of oxidation, a lot of metabolic reactions will rely on this. And niacin generally promotes formation of fats from carbohydrates. So whatever excessive carbohydrates that you consume, those are stored in your body as fats for later use. So it has a lot of important functions. And whenever deficiency of niacin occurs, it will cause a specific uh, this thing skin condition called pellagra. Technically, it is a combination of problems in the sense it will have skin manifestations, it will have GIT manifestations, gastrointestinal tract manifestations, and it will have CNS manifestations. So there are 3 Ds that are associated with pellagra. That is dermatitis, inflammatory problem of your skin, diarrhea, and dementia. Dementia is loss of memory. Okay. And dementia will also be it will be associated with irritability, poor memory, all of that will occur. In severe cases, they'll not be able to walk properly and they'll have spasticity. Spasticity is essentially their muscles will become abnormally tight. This is because of muscle contraction. So generally pellagra is, it's called the symptoms of pellagra are called third symptoms बोलते हैं लोगों को, because they occur in threes. So dermatitis, yeah, triple D भी बोलते हैं इसको, dermatitis, diarrhea and dementia, all of them will occur together. If they are left untreated, the patient will die. Okay. Specifically, you can see it very clearly by the rough skin that a patient will have. That rough skin is caused by deficiency of tryptophan. Okay. Tryptophan and niacin work hand in hand. Generally what happens is patients जिनके अंदर let's suppose pellagra is generally seen in patients whose staple diet is maize. You can't hear. एक बार disconnect करो बेटा. What about the others? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, then disconnect and reconnect now.
yes, sir. You can hear.
Right. So as I was saying, people who have a staple diet of maize. So maize is generally used a lot in South and Central America. ठीक है, उनके अंदर niacin will not be absorbed properly because niacin will be bound to another compound and it cannot get absorbed in the patient's body, the person's body. In those patients, pellagra can occur. It can also occur in India, especially areas who eat a lot of sorghum. Sorghum is jawar ko bolte hain, sorghum. I'm not sure whether what it is called in your own regional language, but it is called jawar in Hindi. ठीक है. जवार के रोटी बनते हैं, so on and so forth. Generally रोटी बनती, you crush it, make it into a flour and you knead it into a dough to make rotis. So essentially people who eat a lot of sorghum, mostly central and western India, उनके अंदर what happens is sorghum contains a amino acid called leucine in very very high quantities. Leucine inhibits the conversion of niacin into NAD plus, and it will not let niacin work properly. Niacin's one of the most important function why it is participating in metabolic functions is that it will act as a coenzyme, or it is responsible for the production of coenzymes, which is NAD and NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And okay, you are also not able to hear my voice. Hey, is it a problem from my end or at your end? Two students are not able to hear my voice. One second. अब सुनाई दे रहा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, oh, right. So as I was telling, either people who are taking maize as in their staple diet or they are taking sorghum in their staple diet, दोनों के अंदर niacin deficiency होगा. ठीक है? And tryptophan plays a very important role in metabolism and usage of this. ठीक है? Essentially what will happen is tryptophan in converting tryptophan is later on converted into niacin. So agar tryptophan levels is not present, it in turn can cause niacin deficiency as well. So it is dependent on other factors as well. ठीक है? तो essentially होता क्या, there is something called an enzyme called kynurenase. Kynurenase. ठीक है? This enzyme is important for a pathway of tryptophan. Essentially, pyridoxal phosphate dependent एक pathway रहता, vitamin B6 dependent एक pathway रहता. That pathway essentially uh, causes tryptophan to get converted into niacin. ठीक है? If there is pyridoxine deficiency, tryptophan cannot get converted into niacin. That is why, yeah, if a patient is having pyridoxine deficiency or if they are having tryptophan deficiency, in both of those conditions as well, the patient can have niacin deficiency. ठीक है? For now, you don't need to remember about this enzyme. Just remember that if the patient has tryptophan deficiency or if they have pyridoxine deficiency, both of them in turn can lead to niacin deficiency. ठीक है? Other than that, niacin also inhibits lipolysis. Uh, oh, okay. Acha. Right. So as I was telling, niacin is responsible for inhibiting lipolysis. Adipose tissue will not get lysed in the presence of niacin. If adipose tissue is not getting lysed, the amount of free fatty acids present in your blood will not increase, meaning triglycerides, cholesterol, वो पूरे levels कम रहते हैं आपकी body में. ठीक है? Your low density lipoprotein levels, VLDL, triglycerides, all of them will be lowered with the presence of niacin. Meaning in patients who have niacin deficiency, उनके अंदर free fatty acid and cholesterol levels बढ़ के रहते. Increased cholesterol, serum cholesterol, TGs, triglycerides, and free fatty acids. Okay, that can be problematic, especially in patients who have cardiovascular problems. So that is about niacin. Then there is vitamin B5, pantothenic acid. This fellow is found in dried yeast. It is found in rice polishings and in wheat germ. Okay, you can also find to a certain extent in eggs, meat, milk, fish, legumes, whole cereals. Okay, all of these are decent sources. Nuts and oil seeds as well. They are decent sources of pantothenic acid. You can find it a good amount in liver as well. Ox, sheep or goat liver के अंदर भी बहुत अच्छा रहता है ये. Now, as such, if you look at the daily requirement of pantothenic acid, one second, I'll show you the image. The one on the right is pantothenic acid. बीच में biotin है. We'll discuss biotin after pyridoxine. But pantothenic acid का requirement ऐसा रहता. Adults में generally the highest requirement from 19 to 70 and 14 to 18. Teenagers and adults will have the highest requirement in general. Infants will have slightly lower. Okay. So why is it important? Pantothenic acid is responsible for metabolic functions. Okay, it will form something called coenzyme A. This coenzyme A takes part in many multiple metabolic reactions. Succinyl coenzyme A के form में या कोई और form में coenzyme A takes part in several metabolic reactions that are occurring inside your body, and as such deficiency of pantothenic acid is very very rare. Normally it does not occur. If it is occurring, generally क्या होता है, if you want to study deficiency of such vitamins and all, you'll have to induce it, meaning you take rats or you take mice or you essentially take an animal on which you are going to experiment, and unke andar you will induce this deficiency, meaning you will cause the deficiency in those animals. And symptoms that are seen will include fatigue, sleep disorders, patients will have weakness, abdominal cramps, burning sensation on feet, very prominent side effect. Burning sensation of feet will occur. ठीक है. Generally deficiency manifestation in is very very rare in human. You can only see pantothenic acid deficiency in humans in cases of famine. अगर कोई famine hit areas है, patient where there is like complete malnutrition, or if they are chronic alcoholics, or they are in prison camps के अंदर, if they are not getting adequate diet and proper nutrition, उसके उनके अंदर you will be able to see pantothenic acid deficiency. Even in some patients who are on renal dialysis, उनके अंदर renal dialysis patients में भी कभी कभी दिखता pantothenic acid deficiency. Now coming to the next vitamin, which is pyridoxine B6. Now, this pyridoxine is present in wheat germ, liver. Both of them are very good sources, and dried yeast. These three are good sources. You can find them in legumes. You can find them in pulses as well. You can find them in eggs, milk. You can find them in green leafy vegetables. So all of these are good sources for pyridoxine. Pyridoxine का daily intake. एक second, I'll show it to you. Hmm. This is the daily intake of pyridoxine. Generally, the highest in men, but in case a lady is pregnant or lactating, उनके अंदर requirement ज़्यादा रहता compared to men. Now, it also depends on their activity level as well, to a certain extent, how much they are working, what kind of lifestyle they lead, whether it is a sedentary lifestyle, active lifestyle, or a moderate lifestyle. Now, the main function of pyridoxine, it will participate in two very, very important biological reactions. For one is transamination. So movement of amino group from one compound to the other. Transamination reactions में pyridoxal phosphate बहुत important रहता, and it is responsible for decarboxylation reactions. Especially decarboxylation of amines. ये amines क्या है? Decarboxylation of this thing. आपके जो न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स रहते हैं ना, सेरोटोनिन, गाबा, एपिनेफ्रिन, नॉरएड्रेनालिन, डोपामीन, all of them are getting activated in a way by pyridoxine. So if there is deficiency of pyridoxine, there will be a deficiency of those as well, in the sense serotonin, dopamine, all of them, their amounts will not be adequate in the person's body, and that will cause a lot of neurological problems. Generally, if a patient has pyridoxine deficiency, they will have glossitis, inflammation of their tongue. They will have anemia, hypochromic microcytic anemia. Hypochromic microcytic anemia means their hemoglobin levels will be very low, because of which the redness of their color, the color of their RBC will become very light, hence hypochromic. And microcytic का मतलब उस cell size बहुत छोटा हो जाता. Hypochromic microcytic anemia occurs, glossitis occurs. The patient will have pigmentation, scaly dermatitis, very similar to pellagra, but not exactly pellagra. They will have scaly skin, scaly pigmentation specifically on their skin. Other than this, the patient will become very irritable. They will have depression. some patients will have convulsions or seizures. Convulsions or seizures. Epilepsy जिसको बोलते हैं ना. Maybe they will not have full-blown epilepsy, but they will have convulsions and seizures. Now, how does this occur? Essentially, there is a compound called PLP that is responsible. वो PLP अगर present नहीं रहा, PLP will not be present properly in case of vitamin B6 deficiency. Because of lack of that PLP, serotonin, dopamine, epinephrine, noradrenaline, GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, all of them are not produced in adequate amounts. As a result, what will happen is the patient will have a lot of neurological problems because neurotransmitters, think of it this way, your neurons are communicating with each other using these neurotransmitters, and depending on what type of neurotransmitter है वो type of neuron रहता. For example, अगर adrenaline है, if the neurotransmitter is adrenaline, ठीक है, that will be called an adrenergic neuron, meaning that neuron will only communicate using adrenaline. If it is a serotonergic neuron, it will use serotonin, 5-HT3 भी बोलते हैं उसको, 5-hydroxytryptamine, सेरोटोनिन यूज करता. या फिर इट कुड बी गाबामिनर्जिक न्यूरॉन भी रह सकता. GABA is generally present in all neurons. Whenever you want to stop the functioning of a neuron after firing, that neuron needs to rest, right? To induce that stoppage of impulse transmission, GABA is stimulated. GABA will open chlorine channels and essentially impulse transmission will stop. अगर GABA present नहीं है तो continuously neuron fire करते रहता. ठीक है, there will be multiple times where the neuron is getting stimulated. That can lead to seizure essentially, mostly in children. चिल्ड्रन के अंदर वो हैव विटामिन B6 डेफिशिएंसी, उनके अंदर कन्वल्शंस बहुत कॉमन है बिकॉज ऑफ डिक्रीज्ड फॉर्मेशन ऑफ GABA. एंड B6 deficiency generally leads to demyelination of nerves. If a myelin sheet is not present properly on nerves, especially on peripheral nerves, it will cause peripheral neuritis. Peripheral neurons will be inflamed. There will be damage to the peripheral neurons. You can reverse this by giving high doses of vitamin B6. The patient will also have, scaly skin. I told you, tryptophan, यहाँ पर B6 tryptophan and niacin का साथ में relationship रहता है. Essentially what will happen is, if a patient has deficiency of vitamin B6, let's suppose पहले pyridoxine की deficiency हुई patient को, so the patient is having B6 deficiency, B6 level is low. When B6 level is low, it will affect tryptophan metabolism. Tryptophan metabolism will not occur properly. Tryptophan is an amino acid. If tryptophan metabolism does not occur properly, niacin is not produced properly. Niacin depends on tryptophan. Agar tryptophan is not being metabolized properly, niacin levels will start going down. And as a result, the patient will have pellagra. So vitamin B6 deficiency is indirectly causing pellagra, even though it will directly not cause pellagra. Because of vitamin B6 deficiency, manifestations of pellagra can occur because it is ultimately leading to less amount of niacin, and it is causing pellagra. It will also lead to impaired antibody formation. Antibodies, your immune system will not work properly. Sometimes there can be a few drugs that can induce vitamin B6 deficiency. Specifically, there are a few. There is one specifically, this thing, anti-tubercular drug. So tuberculosis may, if a patient has tuberculosis, there are primarily 4 drugs that are given. Out of those four drugs, there is one which is very common, isoniazid. उसको INH बोल के लिखते हैं. That drug isoniazid has one side effect. It will decrease the level of vitamin B6 in the patient. Okay, it will inhibit pyridoxal kinase and it reduces the formation of PLP. In the end, what will happen is the patient will have vitamin B6 deficiency. Whenever you are giving isoniazid to a patient, make sure that you supplement with vitamin B6. Meaning, if the patient is on isoniazid, give supplementation of vitamin B6. You give external vitamin B6 in those patients. Cycloserine बोल के एक antibiotic रहता, that cycloserine can also cause decrease in vitamin B6. उसके अलावा ethanol excessive consumption of alcohol. The only alcohol that you can consume is ethanol. Okay. Propanol, methanol, all of those are poisonous. You cannot drink any other type of alcohol. Only ethanol is something that you can give. You can drink CH2O, C2H5OH. This also you can only drink in certain percentage, meaning normally under 40% is something that humans can tolerate. If you go over 40%, that patient will generally die due to toxicity. Alcohol in your body gets converted into aldehyde. Aldehyde gets converted into acetone. Acetone gets converted into carbohydrate and water. So essentially, hota kya? When anyone drinks alcohol, ethanol will get converted into acetaldehyde. It essentially alcohol जब भी आप पीते हैं, कोई भी sort of alcohol, it will get converted into aldehyde. That aldehyde gets converted into acetone, a ketone. Acetone gets converted into carbon dioxide and water. That's it. This is how alcohol is metabolized in your body. The problem is with this. Acetaldehyde is very harmful for the body. Okay, it will cause fatty accumulation around your liver. It will interfere with a lot of metabolic processes, and if you consume ethanol in very high quantities, it will also lead to B6 deficiency. ठीक है, very very common with alcoholics. जो लोग अल्कोहल बहुत ज़्यादा पीते हैं बहुत रेगुलरली पीते हैं, क्रॉनिक अल्कोहलिक्स, उनके अंदर विटामिन B6 deficiency is very common. Then there is biotin. Vitamin B7. You will normally find this in peanuts, Swiss chard. Swiss chard is a type of green leafy vegetable. ठीक है, you will find it very rarely in India as well. कभी कभी दिखता, हाँ थोड़े जगहों पे green grow होता. Very few people eat it though, not very common. At least in South India, it is not eaten as much. Swiss chard is one. Egg yolk, good source of biotin. You can find it them in certain berries as well. You can find them in green leafy vegetables as well. Now, on an average, biotin, about 100 to 300 micrograms of biotin is required every day. Okay, for adults. It will participate in gluconeogenesis. It will participate in citric acid cycle. It will also participate in fatty acid synthesis. So again, it's a it is responsible for metabolic reactions in your body. If there is deficiency, which is rare, normally deficiency of biotin does not occur because a person's diet will generally cover biotin. But in case a patient is having biotin deficiency, they will have anorexia. They will not eat at all. A patient might have depression, insomnia. They'll not be able to sleep. Muscle pain, significant muscle pain. Some patients will have dermatitis, inflammation of their skin. Hair loss will occur. Conjunctivitis can occur. इसलिए कभी कभी पेशेंट्स को हेयर लॉस हो रहा तो बायोटिन सप्लीमेंट्स देते. दे कैन हैव न्यूरोलॉजिकल सिम्टम्स एज वेल, lethargy, hallucinations, numbness, tingling in their extremities. Numbness and tingling in their extremities will occur because of peripheral neuron damage. Okay. All of this is associated with biotin. You can reverse this by supplementing biotin. Normally biotin deficiency does not occur. अगर हुई तो biotin capsules मिलते हैं, वो दे सकते हैं आप. Then there is vitamin B9, which is folic acid. Now, this is a very, very important vitamin. Folic acid is also called folate. Okay. This is responsible for production as well as maintenance of new cells in your body. So, you know, a lot of cells in your body will keep on replicating throughout your life, especially cells like epithelial cells and several other cells. Now, for those cells to keep on replicating and for those cells to maintain their normal health, you need folic acid. Without folic acid, those cells cannot function properly. Normally, you will find eggs, liver, dried yeast, green leafy vegetables, all of them are really, really good sources of folic acid, especially green leafy vegetables. And as such, if you look at the requirement, folic acid ka, children children will need about 50 to 100, one second, 50 to 100 micrograms per day, micrograms of folic acid per day. Um, teenagers all the way from 13 to 18, boys and girls included, will need somewhere in between same 50 to 100. By children I mean in the ages of 1 to 12. ठीक है, adults में थोड़ा बढ़ता, adults में थोड़ा कम होता, sorry. Adult men and women, they will need about 50 micrograms per day. It will be slightly higher in lactating women though. Lactation में 80 micrograms per day. Okay, this is the daily intake. Mainly functions as a coenzyme in metabolic reactions. It is very, very important for DNA and RNA synthesis in your body. That is why I told you it is responsible for maintenance and production of new cells. It is responsible for maintaining and producing new RNA and DNA. Whenever you are trying to replicate new cells, you will have DNA and RNA both being replicated. DNA present in your nucleus to a certain extent, thoda RNA भी present रहता. You will also have RNA present in your cytosol, a little bit of RNA in your mitochondria. Without these, your cell will not work properly. And another very, very important function, folic acid is responsible for formation and maturation of RBCs. Formation plus maturation of RBC. Meaning patients who have folic acid deficiency, उनके अंदर anemia देखना बहुत common रहता. Normally, folic acid deficiency will occur in pregnancy. Very, very, very common in pregnant women to develop folate deficiency until unless they are taking supplements. If there is defective absorption, celiac disease है, chronic intestinal problem है, absorption में defect है तो there will be deficiency of folate. It can be drug induced as well. Sometimes certain drugs like phenytoin, phenobarbital, all of those drugs can cause deficiency of folic acid. They will interfere with absorption of folic acid, because of which that patient will have folic acid deficiency. तो आप substitute देना पड़ता, या कभी कभी methotrexate जैसे भी drugs रहते, these will directly inhibit methotrexate. Okay, methotrexate जैसे drugs, this is used generally in rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis में यूज करते हैं. ये ड्रग जब देते हैं फोलिक एसिड लेवल नेचुरली कम हो जाता, तो सप्लीमेंट देना पड़ता. हीमोलाइटिक अनीमिया से पेशेंट को वेर आरबीसीज आर गेटिंग डिस्ट्रॉयड, उसमें फोलिक एसिड डेफिशिएंसी होती एंड इट इज रिक्वायर्ड. ठीक है, इफ द पेशेंट इज नॉट कंज्यूमिंग एडिक्वेट नंबर ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स एंड फ्रूट्स, उनके अंदर डेफिशिएंसी हो सकता, स्पेशली इफ दे आर नॉट हैविंग हेल्दी डाइट फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, that can lead to folic acid deficiency. Generally, because of this deficiency, the patient will develop a lot of problems: megaloblastic anemia, growth failure, DNA synthesis will get affected, macrocytic anemia hota, the patient will have birth defects. Birth defects are very, very common in pregnant women who do not have enough amount of folic acid. ठीक है, neural tube defects होते हैं, especially in the fetus. ठीक है, so it is very, very important that you give folic acid in early pregnancy especially. Then finally there is cyanocobalamin. Vitamin B12. Cyanocobalamin is present only in foods of animal origin. Okay, it is not present in any food of vegetable origin altogether. So food like liver is the richest source of vitamin B12. Meat, fish, kidney, brain, eggs, all of these are good sources. If you want vegetarian sources, animal source but vegetarian source, you can have milk powder or cheese. Those are okay sources. They are not good sources, but they will do. So generally vegetarian के अंदर vegetarian people और people who are completely vegan, उनके अंदर विटामिन B12 डेफिशिएंसी बहुत कॉमन है. वीगन पीपल आर दोज हु डू नॉट कंज्यूम एनीथिंग ऑफ एनिमल origin, so they will not eat cheese or milk as well, eggs as well. So उनके अंदर विटामिन B12 डेफिशिएंसी देखना बहुत कॉमन है. They will need supplementation of vitamin B12. Now if we talk about requirement, children will generally need about 0.5 to 1 microgram per day. um, Teenagers will need somewhere around the same. Men and women will need about 1 microgram per day. MCG भी लिख सकते हैं, माइक्रो सिंबल ऑल्सो भी यूज कर सकते हैं, whatever you want. प्रेग्नेंट एंड लैक्टेटिंग वुमेन में थोड़ा बढ़ के रहता, 1.5 माइक्रोग्राम्स पर डे. Vitamin B12 is responsible for synthesis of nucleic acids. It is responsible for formation and maturation of RBCs. It will prevent hyperglycemia and it will also prevent pernicious anemia. It is responsible for various metabolic reactions as well. Now, as such, vitamin B12 जो है, it requires intrinsic factor to get absorbed properly. ठीक है. Intrinsic factor is a protein that is secreted by your gastric parietal cells. It is present in your stomach. So if a patient has inflammation of the stomach or stomach problems, उनके अंदर vitamin B12 deficiency होती. Cyanocobalamin deficiency is generally caused due to, one main cause of deficiency is because they are having some stomach problem. Either it is gastritis or it is gastric inflammation or it is damage to the stomach. Whatever the reason be, intrinsic factor अगर production नहीं हुआ, if the intrinsic factor is not produced properly, in those patients vitamin B12 deficiency is very very common. ठीक है. It might be nutritional as well, so they are not consuming like especially in India, um, among vegetarians of lower socio-economic group, vitamin B12 deficiency is very common. uh, the only source for their vitamin B12, especially in vegetarians, is either milk or curd. So it is very hard for them to afford cheese. They will generally not be able to afford cheese. Lower economic group बोल रहा हूँ मैं. तो उनके अंदर they'll have to eat a lot of milk and curd for them to make up that deficiency. उनके अंदर deficiency of vitamin B12 occurs. Or if a patient has decreased absorption due to gastrectomy or disorders of their GIT, प्रेगनेंसी में जनरली रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ जाता, तो उनके अंदर डेफिशिएंसी हो सकती. गैस्ट्रिक अट्रोफी हुआ पेशेंट को, उनके अंदर डेफिशिएंसी हो सकती. इट माइट ऑल्सो बी स्टोमाटाइटिस, inflammation mouth, or this thing tongue, glossitis or stomatitis, both of them can lead to deficiency of vitamin B12 as well. Generally, if a patient is having vitamin B12 deficiency, it will mainly present as megaloblastic anemia. Big problem. ठीक है. मेगलोब्लास्टिक एनीमिया होता, थोड़े पेशेंट्स में एक्लोरहाइड्रिया होता, थोड़े पेशेंट्स में डीमाइलिनेशन होता. their neurons will get demyelinated. ठीक है. As a result, they will have neurological problems as well, specifically peripheral neuritis and all. So आप क्या कर सकते हो वो पेशेंट्स में, you have to give supplementation of B12. Either mostly it is given injection form. B12 oral कभी कभी दे सकते हैं. In emergency conditions, it is better to give this thing, intramuscular injections. So that is about vitamin B12, and that completes our vitamins. We still have minerals to do in the same chapter. That minerals will start tomorrow. Okay.